Triple H leads creatively for WWE's new era, but a wrestling veteran thinks Endeavor will finally eliminate the game after working in many roles in the Stanford-centered corporate establishment. Triple H was designated Chief Content Officer about 2 years ago towards Vince McMahon's first retirement from former chairman, gone apparently for good sooner. Nowadays, the game is the only one guide to the artistic process in WWE. During WrestleMania XL, the 14-time world champion's wife Stephanie McMahon even greeted attendees to the Paula, but experienced wrestler Ben Hyatt thinks Endeavor will finally, with Triple H and other top WWE executives, with Nick Khan among others included. Someone from their organization claimed on his Friday podcasts from the locker room, very likely someone from Endeavor is shadowing the game and his friends to master the trade secrets before the business drives them away. I find surprising Triple H still controlling the show, along with Nick Khan and Deuce over there too. Tell me straight, because you cannot ever really claim it's an Endeavor item with those team members surely have loads of numerous years of experience to captain it. Certainly, but just now someone from, most likely, Endeavor shadows them, so they will learn it all, and subsequently they'll eventually, he urged, push them out too. Ben Hyatt pointed out Triple H and the other listed executives have presence and now need to maintain the locker chamber under inspection. Nonetheless, he revealed that he thinks Endeavor has allowed several top backstage names are included of a strategy to gently ease off every WWE stuff. Those folks are simply too crucial in the politics of maintaining the check the locker room. You know, the years based on knowledge in ring and TV production. But Kevin Dunn left his teams behind. Cut down. The set designers are. The Ps are departing. These are major steps to gradually edge off all the WWE objects and create them, then really and try a product I believe to be going more closely resemble Ice Capita and Disney on Ice, or something more than anything. 2,218 instead of 2,323. Ex-WWE employee believes Bruce Pritchard may stand in for Triple H during a behind-the-scenes segment of the Turnbuckle podcast. Former WWE staff member Tommy Carucci and his guest ex-Raw general manager Jonathan temporary coachman raised possible substitutes for Triple H should TKO choose to let him leave. Carlucci, having spent more than 30 years in the firm with Stanford headquarters, that Bruce Pritchard would be the successor. Game Bruce would be my first choice. Pritchard today, if your discussion is on TKO man, I'm not sure I would believe Bruce. Bruce had TV production behind him. He understands all the lads he deals with. I certainly am sure he most certainly seems to be Triple H's right-hand guy. Should if Triple H, certain in my mind, step down, Neil Khan would designate Bruce Pritchard, who, said Carpenter and Coachman, also recommended many possible successors, adding Shawn Michaels and Paul Heyman, and under what may be a significant turning point regarding WWE, it appears that in Endeavor the business driving WWE's union with UFC could have just made a major stride toward bringing an amazing career to a conclusion. Triple H, when the news bubbles through, the veteran wrestlers in the field are starting to add on what this implies for the guy was referred to as the game, and the WWE. One voice in particular has wrinkled eyebrows, expressing that this action by Endeavor might have established Triple H on, either consciously, the road to retirement, either whether by force. This revelation has left insiders and fans asking about the artistic direction of WWE going forward. Triple H's ongoing legacy in the business he helped to define for decades. Levesque's artistic mind acquired him the executive vice president's job description related to global talent strategy. development, and finally he turned into the leader of creative after Vince McMahon's provisional retraction. This change signaled a fresh period for WWE when narratives became more deeper meaning and cohesiveness matched had. Fan passion soared, however, in light of the WWE UFC merger driven by Endeavor. Appears that the fundamental essence of WWE's leadership structure is going to evolve, and Triple H might be the first to experience its consequences. The effect of efforts is WWE's participation has been twin-edged blade. On one hand, the merger has pulled WWE into the ranks of a formidable entertainment conglomerate, letting in more financial cross-promotion and security using UFC. On the other hand, have seen developing worries about the new corporate profit margins will first take front stage in structure over Triple H's artistic freedom. Anything has been somewhat defensive of, with Vince McMahon once again serving as executive chairman in line with his divisive restored WWE's equilibrium of power by changed once more. Even Triple H kept under check WWE's creative output. Died for a time inside. Assumed his authority has been progressively undercut by Vince's comeback. Now with Endeavor joining in more strongly, the corporate machine might be seeking for methods to simplify operations, therefore lessening the impact of veteran Triple H. Among other legacy personalities, take one specific veteran in particular has illuminated the current actions by Endeavor. Whether these developments indicate the starting the end for Triple H's career. Talking on a wrestling podcast, this seasoned employee who has closely interacted with Triple H and Vince McMahon in the past suggests that effort could be looking to really bring Vince McMahon back into the creative process, demeaning Triple H to a secondary function, or maybe be pushing him out completely. Pursue as a company first business. The seasoned employee said they admire what Triple H accomplished, yet they not have the same emotional connection to him. Vince McMahon treats for WWE is a good, and they will decide grounded on what would be most beneficial for the bottom line, not always what's best for the ability or artistic direction. He kept with Vince back in command. The way the structure is evolving, this seems to me to be Triple H's approach of phasing out. I wouldn't be shocked if within the next year or two we see Triple H move, either by means of decision or due to heredity. Pointed out the veteran's remarks have sent shock waves across the wrestling arena globe, initiating conversations among enthusiasts. Hence, analysts both. Might it be true that Triple H's WWE career's finale falls on the horizon? Indeed, what would it imply for the corporate future? The influence regarding WWE's artistic direction, one of the most unanswered concerns hovering over the WWE's creative approach, might cause a possible upheaval. Direction will shift sans Triple H. Years of leadership have seen Elvis at the helm, constantly changing, hailed for his long-term narrative approach, his focus on ring work, and his capacity to improve underused skills, with efforts apparently leaning toward more numbers-driven approach pushed by corporations. Many worry WWE may go back to the days of short-term booking and more dependency on spectacle rather than. If Triple H leaves, you may said the product would appear different. Bet on that. Another sector insider he has worked in. Consistent hand behind the wheel to enable the recent few years without him. There is not sure where Vince or effort will come from. Go on to take things. This insider went on. Conjecture that WWE may begin to more closely resemble UFC with less stress on larger-than-life personalities entails.